Well, hello everyone. So today I'm gonna be giving you my tips for taking your online classes during quarantine. I have been doing my master online for 4 months now. I thought it would be a great idea to give you those tips and tricks that definitely have been helping me so much in achieving good grade, because obviously quarantine we can't attend our classes, we have to take them. So number one tip would be to have a calendar in which you have to add your online classes if you have them scheduled a certain time, or if they are videotaped and you can watch them whenever you want. I would recommend to at least create a schedule that's like for you at a time in which you are available and a time when your productivity levels are the highest. For me, that's either really early in the morning or in the evening, because that's when I am most focused and most relaxed. And if you don't know when that's the right time to do that, I would say schedule them when you are used to attending classes. If you used to go physically to class until quarantine, and if you still have no idea and you're like, I couldn't even focus that much, switch it up. If you used to take classes in the morning, try to do those in the evening or in the afternoon. Like always, I recommend having a bullet journal, and if you have one, create a month view so that you can add here your classes and your study sessions and when you're going to create your summaries for certain pages, all of that. Like I said, in my schedule, the kind of things I add are the amount of pages I have to revise a day. If I have to take an online class, I'll add that there. Also, when I have the exams, when I have like fake exams to prepare for the bar exam, I also write those here. And also on Sundays, those are days in which I revise all my notes and I write all the questions I have for my professors, and I will write them an email on Sunday morning, because on Sunday afternoon, evening, they tend to reply, or on Monday morning. So it just depends on how your professors work and stuff. I would say have your email ready by Monday morning, because that 100% of the time they're gonna check out. Creating smaller tasks is a tip that when I first was told, I didn't think it was going to be this effective. It has to do with motivation. So basically, you're not going to be as motivated to finish a very large task as much as you're going to be to finish quick task, smaller task, and all that. So turn big task as preparing for an exam into smaller tasks. The way I do that is by selecting the pages I have to study each day. Also, extra tip, summarizing does take so much time, but it's really effective. I would say that for test exams, only summarize parts that are very either hard to learn by heart or have a lot of dates and small details you have to recall in the exam. They have a lot of dates and a lot of small details you have to recall in the exam, and those I would do a summary for. But if you have a test exam, what works best personally for myself, what works best for me is to reread and reread again all my notes and read different textbooks, read different authors. That's how I retain information best, because it's worded in many different ways and explained in different ways through different authors. That's what works best for me. Also, pomodoro system. This is a system in which you do these times which your study session is limited by time, so that you make sure you take breaks, because breaks really do help your brain. I do prefer it because my brain is so much focused in the content rather than how long I've been studying or how long do I have left. It's more about the content this way. And I'm gonna leave I'm gonna leave the Pomodoro system right here so you guys can check it out. Music and meditation. I love studying. I don't do this all the time, but I love studying with either rain sounds or waterfall sounds, ocean sounds. I find those super relaxing, especially because I do have noisy neighbors. And also, I love having my headphones because I do 5 minutes to 10 minutes meditation during the Pomodoro breaks and during my final break, because those really help with my anxiety and they help me to focus and stuff. The app I use for such purposes is Insight Timer, and there you have so many meditations, different times. You have water sounds and rain sounds that will help you to relax, and those are my personal favorite. Final tip for projects you have to hand in is to revise everything 3 times, because you're not attending to class. You don't have your teacher paying attention with how you are progressing so far. So you have to do all that on your own. I make sure I take an hour to 20 minutes to an hour, 1 day per week, to evaluate my progress and my methodology for that project. And if I'm having serious doubts with something, then I'll shoot an email or ask my tutor about it. It just depends on what the concrete task is, but that's kind of what I do. I think you can get an idea. But yeah, that was basically it. Those were my tips for studying. I wanna upload more content on online classes, on learning on your own and all that thing, because I do consider I have a relatively remarkable experience, because I have always been studying on my own as well as attending classes, so I do have a little bit of helpful ideas in that sense. Anyway, so that was basically it, and see you guys in the next one. Bye!